shit. So we're going to be going over citations. What I'm going to be giving you today is my citation sheet. My citation sheet, if you don't have it, basically goes over and says, okay, here's everything done by niche. Here's all the niches. Here's all the places you can put citations. Just waiting on this to download because it's downloaded. It's rather big. All right, let me let you in, Scott. And I'm going to show you guys that. Then I'm going to put that in the back end underneath the SOPs at rankfortressacademy.com. Okay. This has the international citation sites. It has local citations for 100 US cities. It has niche citations for 41 different categories. It has top citation sites in 10 countries. It has top citations with do follow, no follow, even though I've heard some knuckleheads say there's no such thing as do follow. There is do follow and no follow. No follow is things that are marked as no follow. Everything else is do follow. Top citation sites by the US state. So literally you have every damn thing you can think of under the sun in this SOP. Okay, then I'm going to show you the site I'm using to create all of our citations. Okay, so let's go ahead and get right in. I'm going to show you all these different lovely little things, and because everybody's always asking for them, and they don't think I do citations, but I actually do citations. Let me show you this. So there are two types of citations: structured, unstructured. Structured means you have no control over it, really. You enter in your name, address, business information, blase, and like Yelp and places like that, Angie's List. Then you have unstructured citations. Unstructured means I can do some hacks, if you will, with the iframes and embeds and videos and stuff like that. I actually did a video this week on YouTube going over citations and what we can do, but let me go ahead and show you this. This is just one of them. All right, so this is just international citation sites. Real simple, easy peasy, nothing crazy. All right, that's one. Then we got by city. You know, I'm gonna pull that up for you guys. I'm gonna drop that in on the back end as well. It goes New York, Los Angeles, you know, Chicago, Houston, Philly, you know, Phoenix, San Diego, and they literally list everything out, right? The one I think most people are going to want are going to be the niche sites, right? This goes by, and I'll show you this because you're going to like this. Niche architect. Is it paid, not paid? Is it free? Where is it at? USA, Canada, UK, where, right? Art and business, beauty cosmetics, building, camping, car dealership, you know, catering, chiropractors, cleaning, all this stuff. So you can literally go here, go create a listing. You'll open it, and then once you open it, you will create your listing. Anytime you go to create your listing, you just simply have to have a couple of things you're going to need always whenever you're doing a listing, and we'll do one of these and we'll show you guys how to do it, but it's going to always be whenever I'm doing unstructured citations, which is generally speaking what I'm going to do. I'm going to have my name, business name, address, phone, or what we call your NAP, N-A-P for short, right? Website, hours of operation, payment methods, business description. One last thing, map embed. Okay, and what we're going to do, I'm going to show you, for example, what we do with a citation. All right, who wants who wants, okay, there are heaps of US, anything on Australia. I have it actually Bambi by country as well, so you'll have that by country. Who wants 300 free citations? First person comment gets it, but one. Okay, Jeff Gitlin. Jeff, I need you to drop in here your GMB listing for me. I should be able to get your GMB off of that. Let me see if we can get it. Green Wave. Pest Solution. .com. PetSolutions.com. Yeah, it's not your GMB listing, but try to find your GMB. Okay. I need your actual GMB link.
Yeah, give me
Actual
one second. I'll get that to you in 1 second.
Yep. Yeah, I'm going to show you guys how to do keyword insertions and a couple other things whenever we do this, and then how quickly these, if you will, are live. Most of the time when you use citations from people off of Fiverr or citation providers, they're not live within, sometimes it could take, a month before they're live. You'll get about, out of 300, you'll get maybe 60 that are live. These are all live instantaneously. So, all right. So we got his website up, we got his GMB up. It is Citation Vault, right? If I was to log in, hit log in. Right, this is how simple it is, right? Let's go ahead and get all this information on Notepad first and everything. You ask questions in the bottom. I will be cutting this class short. When I say short, we'll not be ending exactly in an hour, mainly because I actually have, today's my Wednesday and I got 14 appointments back to back to back to back to back. So do we have an address?
Yeah, I'll get you all this right now. Hang on 1 second.
Okay. All right. Yeah, and I have a special link for everybody if y'all wait too. So, and I'll drop that over to you guys so you can get in on it. Let's see, citation, 248 reviews. Yep, awesome. I also have the message, the announcement I'll be making later. I actually have a bot, an automatic bot that FYI, I'll be dropping it later with a friend of mine that got it for me, but basically he created it. And it's a bot that, remember how I said it'd be awesome if I had a bot that would actually go into the top 5 GMBs and audit them and pull all the information I need and tell me what they do and do not have and how far away from they are from the city and all that shit. Well, I now have a bot that does that. So, and I will be dropping that or demoing it. All right. Let's see here. So we'll be demoing it, and I have some other things I'm thinking about doing too for my GMB pros that are, 1 second, that are agencies. So Nevada 1939. Most important part of any citation, right, is when you get them, always have the same information on a Excel spreadsheet so I can make sure they're correct, and always keep it and always remember who you got it from. So for example, if you were to get them from me, I would always go, okay, I want to make sure that this dude has them, right? And I know William's the one that provides them. So if I ever change anything, I can go back to William, right? So I'm going to show you a couple of things. It's going to make it really simple. So we got all the information we need. We got the website. Let's go over here, get the website from them. We got the appointment link. We got everything we need. We want to get business description, and I'll show you guys how to do all that. So now we're good to go. All right. Give me a 1 if you can see my screen. I'm sharing my screen. How many of you can see it? 1, 1, 1. Great, perfect, awesome. Okay, so this is the business. This is the vault. We go add location. And I'm going to show you real quick why these are really good too, because I know some people, maybe they're not believers, but this is the page authority, not the domain authority, the actual page of that citation. Page authority, 25 for a citation, 28 for a citation, 32, 25, 25, 25. You think that's pretty decent for a citation site? Knowing that most citation sites are garbage. Whenever you do them, they're what we call cheesy citations, if you will. So that's the, result of them. Okay. And let me go over here. And so now I have, what's the business name, right? Or what's the category? First things, what's the category? What category is this? This is pest solutions or pest control service, right? Pest control service, make sure, yep, he's a pest control service. Secondary category is a service establishment. If you wanted to put a secondary category, you put it there, right? Any additional categories? No. What's his business name? If you're a provider, you could literally sign up and get this shit and then resell these if you wanted to. I'll use this as the tagline: protect your properties from pests. Right, the business description, if it's not in English, you check it off. If it is in English, leave it the hell alone, because what he's going to do is you're going to take this business description, right, and then we're going to spin it. It will wind up spinning it across the 300. Now, let's see if I can go into Google search to get your business description, because I prefer to get what you have on a GMB, if you have one, and you do. So we take this, we put this into your GMB or into our citation listing, right? All right, what's your time zone? I don't really give a shit about time zones and stuff like that, but for all intents and purposes, we'll do that. You are in West Coast. Let me admit all these people in here. America, Honolulu Pacific, if you will. Then his hours of operation, right? What are your hours of operation? You don't see them here, but it's open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day but Sunday. So 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day but Sunday, right? Why this has a schedule. So for example, it says schedule 1, schedule 2 is because you can actually have some businesses are open from, let's say, 8 a.m. to noon, and then they close for an hour. And then, you no need to put your spin text in it, but you could. 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So that's all we got to do. 8 a.m., 8 a.m., 8 a.m., 8 a.m. This is all we're going to do. And Sunday we're closed. Now we want the logo. Save images. Okay, Pest Solutions. Vegas. It's just me. I've always done it. So, all right, choose the file. Desktop. Okay, uploaded it. What country is it in? It's USA. This is California, Las Vegas. And it's 81939. Contact information, phone number. Literally just takes a few minutes to do it. Really. If you have Facebook, all your social media, if you do have it, you want to put it in because you want it to, if you will link back to everything. As always, like a lot of people don't understand, I'll show you another one and we'll talk about this in another class, but quality, and I've done this before and talked about this, but if you see this area right here and people are like, well, how do I get these profiles to pop up inside of my knowledge panel on GMB? It's through schema, but more importantly, it's through having your same name or business information across all platforms. If you don't, for example, if I was to go, not putting you on the spot or nothing, because I don't know, maybe it is, maybe it's not, but it's not popping up in here, which probably means if I look at it, wanted to actually look at it, the schema might not have it in it, or on top of it, you might have just done it recently. I don't know, so there's several reasons, but we would look at it if I was going to be doing that for you. Now, let's say, so we got Facebook. Let's grab our Facebook link. So we got Instagram. We got Instagram. We copy that. So we got Twitter or YouTube. We got Twitter. We got YouTube. Yes, and that's it as far as you got, which is actually more than what most people have. So
I actually think it's wrong, William. I need to look into
Yeah.
that. I think that
it's not. That's
yeah.
blocked. Yeah.
So I think I know Facebook works. I haven't dealt at all on their social media, and I think that I got to deal with that.
YouTube's not, and that's the only one that's broken on here. So I'd fix that if I was you.
Yeah.
I could go check on, if you will, Green Wave Solutions. Let me check for their YouTube real quick and see if they do have it, which would be cool if they do, because then we could add it in while we're here.
Yeah, they don't have.
Yeah, they don't have it. So, okay, let's go back in here. So they don't have YouTube. They don't got LinkedIn. You don't, menu would be if you're running a restaurant. I don't deal with too many restaurants. Google Maps embed. This is the final one. This is the one where I'm going to get some juicy juice, if you will. If you don't know, Google actually has a patent on hyperlinks, and I'll show you what I mean by hyperlink. All right. If I was to go to the map, first thing I'm going to do, hit share, get the embed code, copy the HTML, right? So do you see this little hyperlink, right? These are all hyperlinks, right? Or links, textual links, right? So if I was to click over this, you see at the bottom where it actually has the name of the business. So if you click over any of this as the name of the business, right? What we're going to do is we're going to change that. So when someone goes over it, it will say, for example, Pest Control Services, Las Vegas. I'm going to change it or adding keywords. And then I'm also going to do some textual insertions that I'm going to show you. So we copy the HTML. Shut this. I'm going to show you guys how to do this. Can you see my screen where I'm showing? Give me a 1. Can you see the HTML on the notepad?
No.
Okay, then what I'll do is stop sharing and I'll reshare. It's the only bad thing about Zoom. So can you see it now?
Yeah.
Okay, so in between, you see these percentage and 20. Percentage and 20 basically means space. So we're going to copy that. I could literally get rid of any of this right here if I wanted to, and replace it with whatever I want, right? So I'm personally not. I'm just going to go percentage Pest Control Services Las Vegas. So when they look at that textual link or that hyperlink now, they're going to see their business name, plus they're just going to say Pest Control Services Las Vegas. Now, the next part I will do is, you see these two little Pac-Mans, greater and lesser sign. That's where we're going to do some insertion. So what I will now do, I will go back to the website. This is just for me. It's just stuff that I normally do. I'll go to the website and I can pull. I give you a couple of things we're going to do here is we're just trying to put more content on the website about your, if you will, your business, right? I can literally copy this entire text of whatever page I want, whatever service I want, whatever, right? And let's just say, for example, I wanted to go, and you can spin it, not spin it. I don't really give a crap for the most part, but you go here, we can go, all right, I want to copy all this shit. I want to copy all this right here. And I can take this and I go back. I'm going to show you once again. So I got all that content copied. Now I can go back into here, into my code, if you will, and drop it in between the two Pac-Mans, greater lesser sign, like so. Right? So now we're going to copy this and you're going to see this. I'm going to show you because most people say, well, Google doesn't pick up on it. That's a damn lie, because if you actually go in, put it into the schema or markup checker and it shows you the HTML, you actually search the HTML and it'll show you that it's seeing the code in the iframe. So you won't see it on the actual listing, but Google sees it in the back end. So now what we're going to do, we're going to go back to our citation vault. We're going to take all that pretty little code, drop it right here. So now it's all right here in the iframe, right? All of it. Everything's in the iframe. Let's do one more time. And I'll pull up the code, make sure it's all nice and pretty, no spaces and all that jazz. I'm only doing this pure and simple to get more content into it about pest control. It's not to make it look pretty. It's not, you're not even going to see it. The only people that's going to see it is going to be Google.
It should update the state to Nevada.
What now?
State is Nevada.
Okay, I'll do that real quick. Thank you. Yeah, I saw that in the chat. I'm just working on this code because otherwise I'll jack it up.
There's no maximum amount of words, William, is there?
Nope, you can stuff it. The other thing you can do, because I've done this before against people, educational purposes only, of course, but you could take, if you will, you could take, let's say you want to outrank somebody, right? You could clone their entire website, copy all their content, and then insert that bitch on your own page inside the iframe. And it will rank and Google will see it. And of course you'd spin it if it's, their quote unquote content or whatever, but, just give you a little hint. And then I just paste it like this. Okay, so it's Nevada, not Cali, Nevada. Thank you for that. So got all this right, categories are right, pest control, GMT, you got the logo, then we just hit list my business. All right, this has got a match. Okay, I'm pulling Facebook. That's why, it's because this is not a proper.
No, you have two HTTPs in there.
Give me 1 second. It's Nevada. And then why did it do the HTTP? Interesting. And it's in this one too. Correct that. And let's correct that. I'll admit this person in real quick. That's all correct. Also all correct. So it's pretty cool because it's telling you, okay, this is wrong or whatever. This is, what's this weird? Why is it pulling a .com on the end of your listing for your server, for your social media account? So let's make sure. It's one good thing.
I just checked it and it works. I don't know. I wonder why.
Why is it going .com? Let me open it and see, because it's not working. Because if I run it, you see on my screen, it's not working because you got .com at the end of it. Let's try it that way. Nope.
Yeah.
So there it is right there. It's not .com. It's broke. So your link here that says .com at the end of it is not. It's
Yep.
actually facebook.com green wave solutions. So
Yep. I'll get that.
this
corrected.
will actually tell you, okay, if this is wrong, why is it wrong? So this is another reason why I like the platform. See, once again, that's broke. And this is Instagram. This is what it should be. And it's once again broke on the website.
I'm not sure that's theirs. Well, again, I haven't looked. Yeah, that's not theirs. I would just leave Facebook.
So what we'll do is we're going to leave that one out.
I think the Instagram is missing the colon, I think.
Yeah, you're not sure if this is even it or any.
I don't think it is. They gave me those and they're wrong. I can tell they're wrong. And I haven't dealt at all. I've been so busy on their other stuff that I just haven't paid attention to.
So we'll leave these off until you know.
Well, I know Facebook's right. Facebook is right for sure.
Facebook is right.
Yeah.
And
leave the others
Twitter,
off. Yeah.
We'll leave that one off. So we got all that off. When they get it right, just message me and I will put them in there for you. We just hit list business.
Thank you.
And it goes through it, make sure everything's right, all that jazz, and now you're done. All right, was green, 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 green. So we can look at the links and it will give you a link report. Give me 1 second. Why is it showing back screen? Green wave. It will take about 24 hours and then it pops in, but it's instantaneously. Pest control gives all the links. Now, what I was telling you about the keyword insertion, if you were to go over here, over this right here, right, and you hover over it, you now will see that it says in the bottom of your screen, it says Green Wave Pest Solutions Pest Control Services Las Vegas. All right, and if I was to run this through HTML, you'd also see the back end. You'd see all the code, or if you will, the text in here. The logo links are now over on this, and what it's going to do, it's going to send me a report once everything's live. Once everything's live, I'll be able to go in here and go links. Yeah, I even have my schema if I wanted to add the schema to anything whatsoever. But my links, you'll send me a report and it will wind up saying, okay, download the list if you actually had it, if it was actually done yet. But it's not done. And once it's done, you'll see it. But
and can I take those links then, William, and put it into the schema, put it into your schema plugin?
Correct. All of it. Yep, you could do all that and it will show everything. I'll give you an example. So once they're actually done, it generally takes less than 24 hours, but then you'll have these listings. Like this is an example of a client that we did. And all of these, like I said, are high DA. This is when I say high DA, I mean, it's like normally get a citation from some of these cheesy citations where you can undo unstructured citations and they're garbage. You're talking about 1 or 2. It's not like where you have Holly's News Network and it starts out as a DA or, you know, if you will, page authority of a 1, and it's a Google asset. Therefore, you know, it's much stronger, much more authoritative. And on top of it, Holly should have started out at a 1 and then wound up being a 30 or 40 before you even know it. So that is what I'm doing for my citations. As soon as this is done, Jeff, send a support ticket so I will remember, because otherwise, like today, I got 14 freaking phone calls and I won't remember.
Do I just send it to you, to the William Jones support?
No, there is no William Jones on there. Just put it in sales, and then Fernell checks everything every day. So,
got it.
And he's the one that handles the ship, if you will. So,
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, yes, sir. And then what we'll do is I'll drop in here, if you will, if you guys want it. How do these have highs? Assuming people ask so many questions. I'm joking with you, but I'm not joking. Me and one of my mentors, mentee, Jason's in here. What do I tell you, Jason? Stop thinking too damn much. Everybody wants to know
Execute, bro.
How
get out of your head. Just get out of your head.
I mean, you think it's like, okay, for example, how? For me, I don't want to know how. I just want to know that it does its job and it does what it says it's going to do. So, I mean, if you want to know how, that's up to you. I just don't really care. That's personally me, but nevertheless, I guess it's good to know how sometimes with me, I'm just like, listen, all I know is the dude has it set up in such a way that it has high DA. I don't need to know how, but I'll show you how to do that, Patrick, with Pac-Mans. But yeah, Daniel, I understand. Sometimes it's like, how does Holly get her Google Sites to high DA? I don't really give a shit. I know it's Holly and I know it gets it up high DA. So there's a link for Citation Vault. I dropped that into everybody. Once again, I mean, you could, if you were to just rewatch this video, Patrick, the same way I did anybody else's, his own personal websites, the same way I would do my, competition if I was going to do Black Hat, or if you will, wanted to try to take their rankings from them. You just put it in between the two little Pac-Mans, and I'll show that it again real quick. So you got these two little Pac-Mans. This is what you want to pay attention to. Lesser, greater signs. Is these two little lesser, greater signs at the end. All right. I can go to anybody's website, no matter what it was. Let's say it's, if it's, I wanted to steal, his shit or whoever's shit. They're outranking you and you want to take their information, just come here, control all, come in here and take all of their text if you wanted to.
Wait, don't take all the shit.
No, I'm literally.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. You can go to someone's website that's being a peckerhead towards you or whatever, and you go into a spinner like Spinbot, spin it, remove their business name, because in Spinbot, whenever you're spinning it, and literally you tell it to ignore certain words. What words do you want it to ignore? Use their business, change certain words or not change, and it spins it. And then I go back into the little Pac-Man or whatever, and then I do, I add it in between the two little Pac-Mans or the greater or lesser signs. So on Mr. Big, do you have to do any other citations? I would still do paid citations. Outside of this, I only will do, I'll do my structured citations like Yelp and paid citations. Paid citations are very, very strong. So I'm still going to do those. It's just not something I necessarily have to do. For example, so drop some questions in there if you got them, because like I said, I'm going to be in probably about 9:45 my time, but on schema, it's validator. On your validator, when you go to check the HTML, it will be in there, and it's in there every time. So I mean, it's just, you do is it's basically going to tell you what's inside your HTML. You hit Control F, put one of the words that are in your HTML, and it will show you that Google's reading it on the back end. Okay. Roy's been using Citation Vault for a year now. It's totally badass, highly recommended. Bambi, if you use Citation Vault for a month and then don't continue, your links do stay live. They stay live, they're permanent. Patrick, so do you just use Citation Vault? I only use Citation Vault. You still need or should do paid citations. I don't personally do paid citations for you or anything. Andy, if you want to jump in, Andy's actually the creator of Citation Vault, and he's in here as well.
When we jump between all the time zones and stuff like that, William, it always messes me up. I was like, man, I got to be on at 9. And I was like,
yeah, I'm shocked you're in here. I seen your face. I was like, Andy's in here. But yeah, Citation Vault so far is really good, and I love it. Everybody's always asked me what I do for citations, so that's what we do.
There's a couple things from watching some of the videos or whatever. I have questions for you. Like, if you do let's say you're doing a service area business,
Hmm.
it still put the address in, because by definition, a citation is name, address.
Yeah, we still do that. Yeah.
Yeah, because we'll add a deal, and it's not quite, it'll probably be into December 1st of January before we do it, but we'll do a deal like on Facebook where you can hide your address. You'll still get credit for the citation though, because we're showing it in the schema and we're still showing it to Google, but you just won't see it on all the deals, you know? So that'll come out soon. Everybody keeps asking. It's like, it's a subscription service. So, I mean, if you quit, then you lose it.
Yeah, you gotta keep it up and pay for it and everything else, because if you want to be able to go in there and change them, you have to be able to go and change them. So,
but the reality is, you know, literally, I think we should have it done to where it's maybe about 3 minutes. Usually when you submit a site, it's usually done within about 3 minutes. If there's a lot of traffic at the same time, you know, it'll kick it out a couple minutes longer, but it should never take a day for all the sites to be live. You know, you should be able to click on those links and see it live in less than 10 minutes.
yeah, and for your agencies that are in here, it's ridiculously cheap. It's only $300 a month for unlimited agency.
Right. And so the majority of us that have used it for a little bit, what they'll do is someone will just go and sell a local business owner on citations for $300. That'll be their foot in the door strategy, or you pair it with reputation management or something like that and offer that as a $300 service with Citation Vault. Now you're doing the two things that move your GMB up the fastest. You know, you've got your GMB embeds, the badass links, the citations, and you know, you're getting reviews. And so if you pair those two things together, you can crush it like first month with a brand new site.
Let me go here real quick. Yeah, so most of the citations, they're assets owned by, so the plans we have are for agencies. The plan
Right.
Citations Vault is for agencies. It's not for an individual to go in there and just go, hey, I just want some citations. It's for agencies that actually run, you know, I hate to say it, but there's a reason why you as an agency want to have control over certain things. So if you have clients that you're providing citations to, they have a reason to stick with you, that you've helped them and you have these high DA. And if they leave you, you know, you have the choice. I'm not going to tell you what to do. You have the choice to either let them keep the citations that you've submitted on Citation Vault or take them down, you know. But if you as an agency decide to, you know, stop your payments with Citation Vault, yeah, you're going to lose your citations, you know.
You know, it's the same thing. If you look at everything else, it's a subscription. You know, you look at High Level, you look at all the reputation management companies and stuff like that. They've all gone up, and up in price. You know, when I started with Grade Us, it was $10 a seat. You know, I looked the other day just to look, it's $110 a seat.
Ridiculous.
Like, holy crap.
It's like Asana. I used to pay a lot of money on Asana because every time I got a seat, it was more money, and I gave all the agencies seats. So I got Infinity now. We're getting that set up, and I got unlimited seats. I had to pay $3,000 for it, but you know.
Well, one of the questions is, do you have a deal for Williams Peeps? Yeah, we took $500 off the annual price, or we took 50% off your first month to try it.
Yeah, it's all on the link that I gave you guys. So, you know, if you want it, great. If you don't, I understand. But I would tell you, you know, you should probably jump on it just because it's good. It's not, you know, I tell people it's like, I don't recommend shit that I'm not using. So I'm obviously using it. So I'm not going to, and Andy even wrote, when he wrote me, it was, well, you don't recommend anything you're not using. So will you check this out? And then I checked, he told me it's got high DA. I was like, you're full of shit, is what I'm sure thinking, quite honestly. And then he sent the screenshots and I seen it. I was like, wow, I couldn't believe it. So 300. Yep.
Okay, it's a good question right there. So currently we're going through an issue with IPs, not anything that's long-term or whatever. We have 120 individual IPs. It's hosted on badass hosting. Honestly, I think it's like, I don't know, they'll ramble off the nerd numbers or whatever, but it's pretty crazy hosting. that we pay for. But the way that we did it was we set it up with 120 unique IPs. And so that'll bump up, but it just didn't make sense just because it costs so much money to do that. I mean, it's about $8,000 for 100 IPs, you know, for an annual deal. And so to do 300 of them, I was like, shit, I don't know if I want to put 25,000 into until we, you know, get it going a little bit. And the reality of it is you probably don't need 100 IPs, but I would really like to see it where we had 300 IPs.
So that's something you're going to be working on just because it's not something that's necessarily you have to.
Right. It's just something I want to do.
Yep. So let's see. Any other questions? Yeah, 120 IPs is more than enough.
Oh, a couple cool things that are like, I was looking at the back end. We're trying to do major rollouts before mid-December, maybe by the end of next week or the week after, right? So one of the other really cool things that we're adding, I figured you would appreciate it, is instead of just having a link to your YouTube channel, you'll be able to embed a YouTube video.
Yep. And I mean, you had talked about that thing. I didn't want to say it. So it's like, you know, a done deal, but yeah.
Well, I'm pushing really hard to get it done. It's one of those things where it should have been done 2 weeks ago, but you know, development just takes time.
Anybody that's done any development, it's a beast. It's not easy. But yeah, I will post this once again, once we're done on the back end at Rank Fortress. The video will be up there. The special will be up there. What's the advantage of embedding a YouTube video? It's an iframe for one, you know, and you can stack it. And then on top of it, you're trying to connect everything together. Like I talked about, why not just do a blog post? Why should I do a YouTube embed? You know, because you want to, because it's an asset, once again, that's owned by Google. Google owns YouTube. Google loves Google. Exactly. Once we're done here, we're going to be getting off here because I actually got to go. I got one live we're going to do on CTR manipulation. Make sure you guys watch. Make sure you guys watch for the special because I'm going to be dropping that inside the groups with the link for Citation Vault, and I'll be dropping the SOP with all of the spreadsheets for all the additional citations if you guys want to go do paid citations, whatever. And I will see you guys again tomorrow. Tomorrow we will should have Holly here, maybe Brent, Michael, myself, and maybe Chris talking about CTR manipulation. I appreciate you guys. You guys have a great day and be blessed.